there is a counter argument to this, right? Um, Life is hard. I think that's probably the core, counter argument is, well, in order for you to be successful, you have to do hard things sometimes, and I think that's true. I think I've provided a number of examples of ways that I have had to engage with hard things. But I'll pull back to something I said a little bit earlier today about like the Running Start program and about providing that college at no cost to me because of where my family was income wise. Without that, without that resource, I would have had no options. I would not have been able to go and get that training, in the adult world. And I would have been 18 years old with no relationships, no community, no supports except ones that I'd created for myself. And getting out into the world at 18, I probably wouldn't have continued making good choices because again, I was really dependent on those authorities in my life, on people to guide me, right? Um, I think that the idea that we need to be willing to work hard is right. I think that we should expect that things won't come easy. But I would argue against the idea that providing these resources to people is somehow completely removing the work. Even with like, free college, I had to spend pretty much my entire day, Monday through Friday, traveling to and from or studying, right?
Hmm.
I couldn't afford college books, and so I went to the library and I rented those college books, and so I was in the library until like literally the latest I could be there. But I had to cut that off at some point because I had to go catch the bus home, um, and it meant I couldn't have a job because I my schedule was completely tied up with school, and so there was only one place that I could get a job at, and it was a place that only had me working on Saturdays because I was unavailable the rest of that time. So even without having all of that, you know, sorry, even with all of those resources provided to me, it didn't remove the work.
Right.
It maybe changed the nature of the work, but it didn't mean I had to work less hard. It just meant that the kinds of stuff I had to do were different than what other people might have had to do. I think it was very good that those resources were provided to me, but I don't think in any way that eliminated the need to work hard.
Absolutely
It
not.
removed a barrier to a specific path that I had been told my entire life was the right thing. And without it, I would have been, I think, lost. Um,
Yeah.
at least, at least without real direction. You know.
Yeah. And look at it now. You got that resource, and now you're here giving back to community, giving the same thing, right back, spilling it back in, and you've been able to grow. So I think it's so important. I think it's something, and again, I don't want to make a gross generalization, but I think this is why I'm so excited about you, you as a person running for county commissioner, right? Being able to bring that perspective and open people's eyes, right? Like